Well, we have Major General Albert Stubblebine on with us and Dr. Rima Laibow joining us from Germany, where they're fighting the internationalists taking over vitamins and nutrients. They say you can't have that vitamin D, but you can have fluoride. That's good for you. And we're going to go to Tiffany, Todd, Kathy, Ann, and Paul, and others here in just a moment. And I want to have Dr. Laibow and General Stubblebine back up next week or the week after, because so much is happening right now. And I want to have them up every few weeks just so we can open phones up and take your calls. I don't want to hog all their time just for myself, but obviously we've covered quite a bit already. We're going back to them here in just a moment. I wanted to thank a few sponsors that made the show possible today before we do that. One of them is a Cola Blue, the fabulous atmospheric water generator. It grabs water right out of the air. Looks like a water cooler without the water bottle. Has a little computerized great system, hot water, cold water, sends it through 7 filters, including reverse osmosis and carbon. Find out more at acolablue.com. That's acolablue.com. They've got 20% off right now on a special that's about to run out in a few days. acolablue.com or 1-800-691-6043. acolablue.com or 800-691-6043. And I also want to tell you about frontsight.com. It's one thing to buy a bunch of firearms and ammo. It's another thing to go out to the shooting range and get some training, especially if you've had no training. And Front Sight is the non-drill instructor, non-tough guy attitude. It's family. It is the premier organization above law enforcement and military training. A lot of police and military go there to tune up on what they're doing. It's frontsight.com. They have a deal for a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice when you sign up for 5 days of world-class gun training. It's very inexpensive, very affordable. And along with it, you get a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Very inexpensive. Check it out at frontsight.com. That's frontsight.com, like the front of your rifle, frontsight.com. Find out more there today. And I did want to just plug that the biggest fight we have right now is the global banking system taking over, the global carbon tax takeover, the fake environmental movement that has nothing to do with the environment. And we are doing a special right now that's for a limited time where you get Fall of the Republic for $19.95, you get the Obama Deception for $9.95, and you get Reflections and Warnings with the late, great Aaron Russo that I made, his final video interview. It's a film in and of itself, over 90 minutes long, free. You get that film free with Fall of the Republic in that combo pack. You can also get Fall of the Republic with Endgame half price and then Reflections and Warnings for free. And people that have seen Reflections and Warnings are really, really impressed by it. The Nick Rockefeller revelations about how they plan to bring in eugenics and world population reduction. It's an important documentary to see. Get Reflections and Warnings free at Infowars.com or ask about the special combo deals when you call 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. Now, I'm really bad about not going to calls, and I want to hear the questions for General Stubblebine and Dr. Laibow, but so much is happening. Where are you guys next week? We should go ahead and set you guys up to come back on for an hour, hour and a half next week, because so much is moving, and 2 hours isn't going to be enough today. Is next week good, or is the week after better?
Next week is fine. We'll be back in Panama. We're in Germany now at the Codex meeting. We'll be back in Panama at the Valley of the Moon Eco Demonstration Project, which, by the way, is making huge inroads. That's part of the solution to reclaim the production of food for farmers and non-farmers alike. So we'll be there, and we would love to talk to you, Alex.
All right. In closing on the COINTELPRO, then we're going to calls. To simplify it, we have the Army Field Manual, declassified in 2004, written for Latin America, where they say, go out and say the local leaders who are good are really feds, where they teach the Army in Black Ops how to get everybody fighting with each other. And General Stubblebine can certainly expose that. We see that anybody who's saying we can stand together, we can lead, we can fight the globalist is demonized because the system knows they're discredited. They have to pose as patriots to then infight. Infighting is the sign of being an operative or one of their mentally ill stooges. And in closing, I'll say this. It isn't Ron Paul that's trying to pass the private Federal Reserve world government takeover. It isn't Alex Jones that's trying to make you take forced inoculations. It isn't General Stubblebine that's trying to put sodium fluoride in your water. It isn't Dr. Rima Laibow that is federalizing your local police. It's the big corrupt offshore banks. And so why do all these supposed patriot groups and sites spend all their time attacking whoever is effective? They do that so you'll get sucked off into these infights and never become the leaders you were meant to be. So I'll say this today. Let's just say Alex Jones is bad. I'm pure evil. I'm not. My fruits are excellent. I'm pure of heart. Anyone with discernment knows that. 14 years of fighting, 15, 16, 17 hours a day. But let's just say I'm evil. Let's just say General Stubblebine's bad, and he's not a great patriot who's come over to our side, and he was always on our side, but woke up and fully went against the evil. Let's just say he's bad. Let's just say Ron Paul's bad. Okay, let's get past that excuse. Now, you go fight the New World Order. You know it's coming down on you. You know this is real. You know you're good. And so you go out and be a leader. And when you get attacked, then you'll understand. We need to reach everybody now. We need to reach out now. We need to understand that whoever's being attacked is who is effective and who is good. Now, I'm done talking about that, but I just have seen particular attacks on our two guests, and I know their work's good. I've been watching them for years, researching them for years. Everything they do is good. The fruits are good. That's how you judge a tree. But there's these horrible, sick trees with poison on them that always flap their branches and attack anybody who's good. It's time to see through the mind control. Let's go to Tiffany in Connecticut. You're on the air with our guest. Go ahead.
Hi. I'm actually a nurse, and I just wanted to say that I just can't even imagine how many flu shots that I've given. It makes me stressed out when I'm listening to this to think about how many people, because even in nursing school we were required to go out to grocery stores, to nursing homes, to places like that, and just give flu shot after flu shot after flu shot after flu shot under the guise of, you know, practicing to give IM shots. And then once I got a job out of school, the hospitals got huge, huge fines for every patient that left the hospital without a flu shot. So every single person we were required to ask, and if they said they hadn't had the flu shot, we were required to give it to
And see,
them.
let me stop you. That's a key. It's admitted that schools get bonus money if they forcibly inoculate. They get fined if they don't. Same thing with hospitals, but the general public doesn't know this. So now they're forcibly, I mean, it's now happened. They are now forcibly injecting kids nationwide, and it's a non-issue except when they collapse and go to the hospital. Go ahead, and then I want to get Dr. Laibow to comment on this.
Okay, but when I was talking to my friend last night, I was telling him about everything. He had no idea about anything that you've ever said, anything that you've ever done. So I'm talking to him about everything, and come to find out he has a 9-month-old daughter. And then I just kind of randomly spill over and start talking about the flu shot and, you know, all of the negatives about it. And he says, oh, my God, I just got my daughter the flu shot. You know, she's 9 months old. And I'm like, oops. You know, and he's like, what do I do? And I'm like, well, one, you can stop putting, you know, tap water in her Enfamil. But, I mean, I don't really, that's why I was calling, because and not only that, I also have a 7-year-old as well. I mean, obviously he's gotten most of his shots. But it's kind of like, especially if they're going to start doing what you were saying about the like forced malnourishment, you know, what can we do? Like, what do I tell him to do, and what should I do when it comes to our
not
kids?
just politically.
And, you know,
if somebody's had the squalene shots or the mercury-filled shots, what can they do to detoxify Dr. Laibow, General Stubblebine?
Well, unfortunately, the shots are very complicated, and if they've had the squalene-filled shots, detoxifying is very difficult. However, the immune system is weakened by these shots, all of them, with or without squalene. And so what you need to do is get yourself some nano silver, not colloidal silver, nano silver, and start taking it on a regular basis. For a baby, half a teaspoon once a day. For a toddler or a grown-up, a teaspoon once or twice a day, and start rebuilding your immune system. It does not kill the beneficial bacteria that are part of your immune system. The second, and by the way, there's a hearing going on that the EPA is holding this week, 3-day hearing, to take silver off the market. One of the things that we're asking people to do is to take action items on our website, healthfreedomusa.org, the folks who want to take away your right to make your own health decisions with the demand that they back off, and they will. So take silver, take vitamin C, take B vitamins, and pray that your immune system doesn't get so assaulted that you begin to
Well, it's the repeated injury, too, isn't it? Thank you for the call, ma'am. Any comments to Tiffany, General Stubblebine?
The other thing is that you must then never again take any more vaccines, ever.
Or give them.
Or give them.